Oh, he made it in time.
Oh man,
Oh,
how
shit.
winded is he?
Hustling, man. I did.
Yeah, so like we mentioned before in other streams, Grant has to do
The sprint.
Yeah, he's got to start the stream in a different room and then sprint back to his chair and get there before the music stops in order for it to look natural. And this time he showed up and it looked like on the way his mom dressed him. Like his mom put a hat on him and put the headphones on. He said,
like,
hey. Look, the head's a little too low for normal and fucking
whatever. I made it.
Hey, Chris Austin, how are you? I see you in the comments. I don't really see anybody else in the comments.
Now people are starting to stream in and join as we're now live.
Yeah, this we didn't plan for. We haven't planned for our last several streams, and I maybe leave them on the YouTube for a day and then I take them off.
Look at Chris Austin's photo here. This is great.
Yeah, he's like a wall of hair, and I guess the top of his head is like a baby man.
Is that a cigarette in his mouth too?
Yeah, just to prove the bottom of his fucking face is adult man, and then the top is baby man.
Why is it baby man? I just thought it was a good side profile.
It's a good side profile, but you know, it's like it's a bald, unwrinkled, you know, flush-cheeked man. Boy.
I would just like to let's full screen Rubio, the guy who's criticizing someone else's appearance here.
Yeah, look at that. You know,
look at that mustache.
The only reason I was born is because my mom, who was a Danny Aiello-esque cop in the 70s, had sex with Mama Cass.
You were conceived in the TV show Chips.
You look like an old gay that is only recently like found out about TikTok, but you know like all about poppers. Like
you can see all the welts on me from sucking cock in the bushes.
Boom, roasted.
Hey, thanks, Kung Fu Master, you piece of shit.
We have a question. We
Yeah.
have a question, and hey, any of you guys who are tuning in, please feel free to ask us questions. We'll happily answer them here in the comments. But
Wow.
Wally Ingham has got the first one. I'm drunk.
Wally Ingham.
Did I say that wrong? Ingram?
You were out of breath from talking, and then you said Wally Ingham.
There's an R there, isn't there? Wally Ingham.
Yeah.
I don't have my glasses on. My
check out Beer Geek. I don't know what that is.
Have you guys checked out Beer Geek in Way South Austin? Wally Ingram, that's about 5 minutes from my house.
What is Beer Geek?
It's it's like a 7-Eleven type corner store, but bigger, and they have a really good beer selection.
Wow.
And
Do you go there often? Or is it kind of expensive?
Not really. So the last time I went in was before the vaccines for COVID hit. Oh, dude, yeah, that Oktoberfest from Allstat, every beer they make is fucking phenomenal. I want to try more. But Beer Geek in Way South Austin, yeah. So it's like a corner store with a better beer selection and like a beer cave. You know, you could go into the cooler.
Right, right.
It was, I guess it was before people got vaccinated for COVID was the last time I went. And there was not a single mask. Like they had a masks required sign on the door, and nobody from the staff or anybody else there had masks on.
You're kind of not really in Austin, Rubio. You live so far south that you're kind of in just general Texas where no one really gives a fuck about masks.
It is literally Austin. It is still Austin.
It's literally Austin, but figuratively, you're not in Austin.
To you guys who are Northies.
Yeah,
Well,
we've excommunicated you.
I'm pretty north central. Mike lives in Round Rock, as far as I'm concerned.
You son of a bitch. I am like 500 yards north of fucking 183.
You're closer to Pflugerville than Round Rock, but I'll just lump you into Round Rock.
Okay, so Mike you are in Williamson County, though, aren't you?
No.
He is not in Williamson County. He's actually
I fucking love this old fucking
And Grant, you're in-
argument of like,
you're
oh,
in,
what's Central Austin? I'm Central Austin now, buddy. Like,
And Grant, you're in whatever county Elgin is in, right?
yeah, I'm in Manor and Elgin. Over there. Yeah. As long as we're like about a mile or two away, yeah, I might as well lump it in.
Yeah, something that I appreciate the question, Wally. I have been there, and I really like their what do you call it? What do you call it when they have a good selection? I like their selection. It was the last time I went there was when I got that Martin House. It was the Bloody Mary version of their pickle beer.
oh man,
It was the day after they announced it on their Instagram that they were sending it out. And then the day after that, I went to that store and they had it.
You know, Rubio.
So like they're on the fucking ball. Beer Gig is on the ball. So I'm cool with that.
Damn. We did a live show on Wednesday last week, and we were doing a bit of discussion about the Martin House grape flavored pickle beer, grape soda pickle beer, or something weird like that.
Yeah, it sounds dumb.
It sounds dumb, but you love pickle beers, and it seems like you also love variations and iterations of those. I'm kind of surprised that you're dismissing that one.
To be honest, the only one that I really like is the regular one.
Oh, you don't like the Bloody Mary one? And
The Bloody Mary one's fine, but I'd rather have the regular Martin House pickle beer, the best made pickle beer, in a Bloody Mary that I've made rather than have their Bloody Mary variant, which doesn't really taste much like Bloody Mary. It just tastes like it has a splash of Bloody Mary ingredients and a lot of hot sauce.
okay.
and a weird tomatillo note to it. But yeah, the time that at least recently somebody had dropped off some of that best made pickle beer, just the standard version, and I had some Zing Zang hot sauce in the back fridge at Lazarus and made an excellent, I don't know if that's a Bloody Mary or Michelada, but it fucking worked, man. And it was way better than the actual Bloody Mary version of the best made.
So you had Zing Zang hot sauce and regular pickle beer?
It was Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix with the pickle beer. Right.
Nice.
Yeah, my sister hit me up about the pickle beer because she loves pickle beer, and she's like, "Have you heard of this?" I was like, "We were just discussing that grape one, but I don't like anything pickle beer, so not in my wheelhouse." I don't know. I heard mixed things.
Yeah, micheladas are kind of like Bloody Mary with beer, like with a lager or something, but you know, it's real. People make micheladas all different ways, man. Some people will actually season it with like tahini or something, and the tomato part is either like clamato or V8 juice or Bloody Mary mix. It really doesn't matter. All that matters is that there's some kind of light lager, or you know, if you want to do like the pickle beer or whatever, that's fine. Or you know, and you need like some kind of tomato part, you know, and it's got to be really well balanced, I guess.
Okay,
there's so many things that people call michelada. I guess that's my point.
I have another dumb question.
Mhm.
Clamato,
Mhm.
what's going on there?
It's tomato with clam juice.
What's clam juice?
Yeah.
So they take clams and what, just like let
They
them
talk dirty to it until its pussy gets wet.
And then they take the leftover juice.
Then they squeeze its lemon until the juice run down his leg.
Right.
All right. Well, never ever am I having a clamato then.
Drink
But
it by the bottles.
That's mixed with tomato juice, though.
Yeah.
I'm too immature and insecure for a clamato, sir. No, clam juice? Like, was it just like a salty, briny juice?
Yeah, it's fucking brine juice that clam's been cooked in.
Where did that come from? Who decided like that was the salty juice that we're gonna mix with tomato juice?
New England.
There's an umami-ness to it that just translates over much better than just like salt water.
Yeah.
We got some comments and questions rolling in here. Do you guys see anything in particular you want to?
Let's start at the KJ Lost. I think I've seen like everything else we've covered aside from roasted. I guess you already.
What do you call this? Cynicism?
I
Yeah,
think that was the discussing where we lived in
Oh.
conjunction to everything
Yeah.
else.
it's like racism, but for
Okay,
your
fair enough.
system. Yeah.
DNR says Duvig DIPA is what they're drinking. Grabbed triple ghost triple IPA and Come Hell or High Water barley wine from Thimble Island Brewing today.
I remember
Hmm.
that, and I don't remember where from.
The Thimble Island Brewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've had Come Hell or High Water barley wine. I think it was from one of our weekly bottle shares,
Okay.
but it also reminds me of Come Hell or High Watermelon.
Oh,
21st
Um,
Amendment.
Yeah, 20.
but I remember Thimble Island.
Mm-hmm. We've had some beers from Thimble Island.
It also reminds me of Hell or High Water, the movie with Chris Pine, which is fucking great.
Yeah.
That was a fun movie.
It also reminds me of the time I saw Hellboy when I was high.
Damn it. That's so dumb. I thought I said it.
You laugh like a fucking joyful baby.
Chris Austin says, what would y'all say is your favorite cocktail inspired beer?
Oh
Mm.
man. You
There's a
know,
lot of good ones.
Jester King made a that's gonna bother me. I think it was a gin inspired cocktail beer a long time ago. It had a yellow label. And I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Are you sure it's Jester King? Because we had one from fucking your namesake. Who's the person you look like?
Adelbert's.
Adelbert's. We had one from Adelbert's. I thought they made that was like a kind of Manhattan take on the beer, and it was pretty good.
We've had that too, but that sounds like a completely different beer from what he's describing.
Okay,
Oh
fair
yeah.
enough.
Then also Brooklyn had made an old fashioned
Mm-hmm.
inspired beer, and that was super tasty.
Hold up, that's probably what I'm confusing it with. That old fashioned from Brooklyn was really good.
That was super
Adelbert's
good.
did a gin one that was kind of good.
It was a gin barrel aged triple.
Yeah.
That
dude,
was
those-
like outstanding. But yeah, that's just a gin barrel aged thing. At least in terms of cocktail inspired thing. Yeah, I think God, it's
something
like
like
the-
through the woods or something. Woodlands. I don't remember what it's called.
I really liked it when Brooklyn was doing that, experimenting with cocktail inspiration for their
Mhm.
beers. That was fucking awesome.
those were all really good.
Especially since Garrett Oliver is a giant cocktail freak.
Mm-hmm.
Wally Ingram says the spicy best made pickle beer, not Michelada, was hot as shit. Pickle beer plus jalapeno.
It was very hot. That beer was like, I'm a big advocate for spicy food. I love spicy food. That was a really like that had a good amount of heat.
Oh, here's it's not the one I'm thinking, but it's in the same vein. The Imperial Cabinet.
Oh yeah, dude.
Remember that? The Brewery Taru and
Mhm.
Jester King. It's different than the one that I was thinking of. I still need to. Oh, it was the Sazerac inspired one. Cocateur.
Oh yeah.
That was also really good.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Austin says you can't squeeze clam juice out of a clamshell.
No. You squeeze its lemon till the juice run down your leg, Chris Austin.
Got
Yeah.
him.
That top half of your face has a lot to learn, baby face.
Robert Seward says, just finish up 2 great beers, Great Lakes Hazecraft IPA and Voodoo Ranger Atomic Pumpkin.
Man, I kind of miss Great Lakes. I haven't had a Great Lakes beer in a long time. Voodoo Ranger can go to fuck.
A
Great Lakes.
pumpkin?
I
What?
I glossed over that part.
Voodoo Ranger Atomic Pumpkin. That's quite a mix on the Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah, they're doing whatever they want now.
Okay.
Somebody has to stop them. But I
He did
really
not say it was great. He just said, I just finished those beers.
agreed. I do want to try Great Lakes anything new because the last stuff that we had from Great Lakes were all from their like regular line of beer, Dortmunder Gold, fucking Edmund Fitzgerald, that sort of stuff.
Their Oktoberfest last year was fucking great.
Yeah, that one we had too. But I haven't had any new stuff from Great Lakes in a long time.
Alan Klein's got a Woot Stout. It's been a while since
That's
we
been
had
a
Woot
long
Stout.
time. Wow.
Good memories of that beer, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Mayor of Earth 79 says Spot in Oktoberfest,
At
which
the
is
end of that.
that's a fun one. I like that
Oh, yeah.
always. And then DNR says we is reminding us that we did a Thimble Island episode, which I remember because I was at my parents' house when we did that, and you made fun of the tchotchkes in the background.
That's right. It looked like Hallmark threw up all over a redneck house.
Keegan Soblin says there was this seasonal beer I tried out a few years ago in Minnesota called the Crazy Aunt, which is again a gin and tonic inspired drink and tasted like Baja Blast Mountain Dew.
I mean, it doesn't say whether or not this was good, but it sounds like the beer for fucking basement dwelling fucking assholes.
Mike, it tasted like Baja Blast Mountain Dew. How was it not good?
Yeah, not for nothing. That sounds delicious, but they may have missed gin and tonic a little. I was aiming at gin and tonic, and I just accidentally ended up at Baja Blast.
Oh, here's a question for you, Rubio.
Yes.
What's the best beer for Michelada? This comes from Mayor of Earth 79.
It's just a lager, like any kind of clean light lager, really. Or if you wanna fuck around and do a hoppy lager, that's cool too. But do a fucking Helles or a Pils or a light American lager of some kind. Mexican lager from craft breweries also.
DNR, following off of you're squeezing a clam. You squeeze the washcloth until soap runs down your legs. No washing.
You know what?
Oh,
I was going to
ahead.
bring this up actually. So like about a week or two ago, Grant, you brought up the fact that you ran out of soap. Rubio had given us actual bar soap.
Yeah.
And much appreciated, by the way.
Yeah.
I ran out about 2 months ago, and I was about to respond, it's because I wash my legs. That's why I ran out of fucking soap like 2 months before Grant did.
Yeah. You got those long legs you're wasting all that extra soap on.
Yeah, and Grant, I didn't
saves money.
I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the show. This weekend, I took a shower, and on purpose, I didn't wash my legs.
Yeah.
And
felt great.
I wanted to see what it was like, and I felt like a fucking dirty bitch. It was grimy. Like my legs felt greasy compared to the rest of my clean ass body.
You finally felt like the rest of us perceive you.
I felt like Mr. Tumnus.
That's fair.
I felt like Mr. Tumnus, but instead of having hairy legs, I just had greasy legs.
Honestly, I'm gonna take it a step further. It's not only that I don't wash my legs, it's that there's really only 3 parts of the body I do wash. The crotch region, which is front and back, butt and crotch, armpits, and then like the neck area. And that's about all you really need to get. And then the rest of it just kind of takes care of itself with this, like, especially if you wash your hair, all of that soap's running down your body. Everything else is just kind of getting clean because of the hot water and steam and everything.
Then why don't you wasteful? Why don't you
hate Mother Nature and you're killing the planet?
Then why don't you just wash your hair?
I could. Maybe that would just be a one and done. But
I would love to see.
I would love
to hear your review of that regimen of just washing your hair after a month of doing it.
Well, there's a lot of poo and pee that comes out of the crotch region, so I feel like that's a good one to get. And then also the sweat from the armpit region.
Right, but if you're saying that,
and a lot of spilled SpaghettiOs in the neck region.
You're saying that the soap just cleans everything.
Gravity does a lot of work.
Yeah,
and we can't discount that.
I want to see how much work it does, though. I want to see.
I didn't want to be your test dummy for that.
just for a month.
You're
just
curious. Why don't you try it?
Just wash your hair, and at the end of the month, I need you to take a lily white napkin and scrub it in your ass, and then show it to us, and see how much water takes care of by itself.
I wouldn't want to do that any day of the week, man. I wouldn't want to do
You
that.
own
fresh out
a
of the
bidet.
shower.
You can fix this.
You fart a rough fart right after a shower, and you don't want to scrub with a lily white napkin.
And that's fair.
My farts just are clean as whistles.
You do not. You pass all EPA standards for your farts here.
Oh my god.
If I farted in California, I would not get a fine.
All right, Robert Stewart.
Moving on. Go ahead.
So it was surprisingly good, although strange. It was a pumpkin and cinnamon beer with habanero.
He's talking about the
Voodoo Ranger.
Voodoo Ranger Atomic Pumpkin bullshit.
yeah, so we can't trust his opinion.
Got him. Yep.
DNR asks, "What's the best nationally distributed Oktoberfest? Brooklyn? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
It changes every fucking year. It really does. So the Sierra Nevada, did I pronounce that right this time?
Yes, you're in Nevada.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nevada.
Usually that was so much better this year than it was last year.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Polliner.
Oh, that's a good one. Any German brewery is
Yeah,
really,
I would go with-
is really the best one.
I would go with, so they have usually an Oktoberfest Marzen and a Fest beer. I would go with the Fest beer.
Like the Fest beer better? Okay, fair.
Yeah, that's the one that they actually release at Oktoberfest.
Okay.
It's a lighter lager. It's not like an amber orange. It's more
Right.
of a light lager. Fest beer is always where my heart's going to be.
The Pab production says I didn't bathe Grant's legs as a kid either. Carissa says Pitts, tits, and ass. That's all you got to wash, man.
That's my girl.
That takes
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's your girl, huh?
Fucking grimy ass puss.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ass covers. Ass is all of the crotch.
No, it's not.
It's a good clean sweep, man. You wash them back to front always, so you pull it forward.
No, don't pull the ass to the puss.
Pull it back. I'm sorry. Front
You
to
have
back.
girls. You have daughters.
I do
Dude,
have
yeah,
daughters,
yeah,
and
what
I'm
the-
always like letting my wife teach them. I'm like, she knows how you're supposed to wipe. Don't ask me. I don't know.
Jesus.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Matt Pfiffner says this was coming from a guy who was grossed out by beard yeast beer. Yes.
Why don't we make a beer with Grant's leg yeast?
No,
that's-
seriously.
I'd still
Beard
drink
yeast
it.
is fucking gross. I'm not gonna wiggle my dandruff into a beer and be like, "Eat my body, everyone." It's so
If-
Jesus Christ narcissistic.
If you
It's fucking
inoculate
weird.
if you inoculate some wort with Grant's leg yeast, it'll turn into bagels.
That's nasty.
And then you can get some of the schmear from fucking Mike's girlfriend's puss.
Oh my god.
The fucking
Carissa,
unwashed,
tag team.
the unwashed goddamn.
She does wash pits, tits, and ass. That's what she just said.
Her ass is in the
Yeah.
front part.
Yeah. well-
Also, to be fair, she's probably clarifying what I wash. Not her.
Unless she counts it as a pit.
That's what I wash.
Okay.
Which Joachim Coca says, I'm a real life villain.
100%.
What does that mean?
You're a villain.
How?
You're a heel.
What
That's-
a peaceful life you all live.
she
you
clarified
blessed folk.
everybody at the very
Hold
Very
on.
bottom.
Let's finish this real quick.
I'm at
because
best a lovable court jester.
if any of us,
I'm not imposing my body washing rituals on the rest of you.
if you can imagine any of us dressed like a duck and fighting Batman,
Come on, that's not fair. Yes, I would.
okay, if you can imagine any of us dressed in a shirt with question marks on it and fighting Batman, Okay, let me think of another. If you could imagine any of us dressed like a robot boy and fighting Batman.
If you could imagine any of us dressed like a giant boiled egg, though, and fighting Batman.
Does this boiled egg have a mustache?
It does have a mustache.
Fuck.
If you could imagine any of us in a black plastic bag filled with chains fighting Batman, it really is contextual. That's all.
If you can imagine any of us with 38 straps on your pants fighting Batman with clown white face paint.
Now it's me.
Oh man, Batman is like, it's you again, clove cigarette smoker. And Mike is like,
I'm glad I got home from school to hear about Grant's dirty ass.
Thanks,
oh
Nick.
shit.
Hey, you're
Yeah, so
welcome.
the next one is where Mike's girlfriend corrects herself.
Front butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
It does look like a kind of a minier version of a butt.
I mean, how hairy were the asses you've seen? Grant,
mine?
never mind. Let's move
You
on.
know what? I've noticed that like
Mm.
there are some men that like have some really like hairy upper arms and shoulders.
Yeah.
I don't have any hair like once the shirt layer goes up, no hair there.
I've
Mm.
got
Which-
more hair on my lower back than I do on my armpits.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no hair
Yeah.
on my back either.
I have some hair on my back.
Do you guys think that, you know, if we came from hairier primates of the past, of yore, as Mike would say, and we are evolving to have less hair in those areas, do you guys think maybe that means I'm more evolved than you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I don't think Grant's more evolved than anybody.
I'm just saying we're evolving to not shower as much.
See, Mike, I'm going with it because it's a trick question. The more he
fair.
thinks if what evolution ends up at is an actual endpoint and not just a part in a long chain of continued evolution. It just, if I clarify that for him, then he'll know more than he does now.
I can hear you guys.
I want to keep him as stupid as possible.
We're all on the same channel. Right.
Fair enough. What's the next?
Here we go. You read it, Rubio.
Oh, wait. What about one above that?
This?
Yeah. Riddler Energy Sphere for Grant. Okay. Next one.
Okay. There you go.
Rich Murphy says, does this mean we know Grant's answer to the question is butt legs?
Wait, what?
Is butt legs?
His butt legs, dude.
No, butt is butt.
But what if, okay.
But
Where
what is
does
butt?
Where does butt stop and where do legs begin?
Most people have a clear crevice of where butt begins.
But
And
do
everything
cheeks
in
not?
the middle of that is butt cheek.
Right.
And
So butt
leg
cheek-
is wherever, like when you lift and you can do the jiggle with your butt, that's butt. Everything above that.
So would you argue that face cheek is different from face?
Yes.
So that's not a part of your face. It's different from face.
Face cheek.
Yeah.
You can differentiate as a separate area is cheek.
Cool.
If I'm saying, oh, here's cheek as well, that's not true. That's forehead.
Yeah, I severely underestimated how stupid you are. What's the next question?
All right.
If you could imagine any of you working your way to district manager of Hot Topic and fighting Batman.
Mike is fighting Batman by throwing Happy Tree Friends dolls at him.
Chris says bottom long butts equals legs.
Oh shit. Is that like a Iowa daddy long legs?
Wait, do you think that because like if you extend your leg out and sit on it, the butt is at the very top apex of the leg, then it's part of legs?
It might be part of legs. The jury's still out.
But I mean, if it's a tree, the butt is like the leaves up top, and the leg is the rest of the trunk, right?
What?
So I'm not washing the trunk, but I'm washing the leaves. I'm washing the butt crack.
This has gone crazy.
I don't know.
Okay, so hey,
Nate says I have a sweater of hair.
to
Gross.
answer
Gross.
whoever asked about is butt legs. No, butt is leaves of a tree.
It's leaves of a tree.
But it's
really?
leaves of a tree.
Maybe you guys have to wash more of your legs because they're super hairy.
Hey, Nathan Essery, that's cool, man. You have a sweater of hair. If you have birds who need homes, you have one. I think in you is probably.
I would argue that Tyler has asked the best question. What is this?
No, what is?
Oh, okay.
What is?
I thought he was saying, "What is this?" Because I was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm wondering."
Well, Grant would argue if is butt, then butt is the leaves of a tree. Matt
And you skipped the one right above it.
Yeah.
I did.
If
I was
you
going
had-
back to it.
If you had an Amana Colonies beer on the last we had an Amana Colonies beer on the last
Amana.
show. Amana, sorry. Have you visited there on a trip to Iowa, Mike?
I haven't visited that one, no.
Because Matt is from Iowa originally and loves that place.
He said that there.
Mm-hmm.
I have not.
All right, you guys. Let's jump to Papalardo, who's apparently entered the chat.
Papalardo
Moral of the story, wash your goddamn hobbit legs, Grant.
speaks the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you though, seriously, from both of you?
How many steps from our home have we been away from?
No. Washing the legs. Why?
To clean them.
Yeah.
No, but why?
Because they're a part of your body that accumulates crap that is excreting oils, collecting dust and grime.
Sebum.
Okay,
Yeah.
but they get cleaned well enough
How?
through natural conditioning of sweat and proper hygienics of taking a bath. Like, so the
If you-
actual scrubbing of the leg itself to peel away extra dead skin cells or whatever. Like,
Yes,
how's the heat and
exfoliating.
steam and water and soap running down them already not sufficient that
If
you
you
guys
think-
feel that extra layer, that extra process is needed?
I think part of the core of our difference in opinion is that you think that sweat is something of a cleaning measure of your body.
Biologically, yes.
No, that's not what sweat is for.
I mean, in terms of excreting,
Sweat
I mean,
is a cleansing process of a natural cleansing process of the body.
I mean,
It's a cooling process.
it's
Not a
multiple.
cleansing process. It's a cooling process.
I mean,
It's both, bro.
It would have been for anybody in fucking medieval times when we didn't really fucking bathe,
Yeah.
why not hit every inch?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because bending over in a shower is just too much labor, man.
I don't
do
have to bend over at all. Just got to kick them legs up, baby.
Yeah, pick 'em up.
Mr. Flexible. Okay.
Hey, K Jost, I just wanted to say, this is such a weird hill for Grant to die on. Yeah, the hill that is his legs constant staph infection. Yes.
Here's a question that is no longer talking about our legs. I'm sure
Hey, Grant,
we are done
you-
with that conversation.
when you tap dance, are your legs just squirting blackhead juice out everywhere?
What is how filthy are your legs that this is what happens?
This weekend they were filthier than normal because I didn't wash them that one time, but today they're clean again.
I have not washed my legs in years, and I could eat an omelet off of them fine.
The inside of his
That's
pants,
how clean they are.
Because
They're
it's
covered in,
gravity.
because they're covered in fucking bell peppers and onions.
the insides of his the insides of his trouser legs are dirtier than the outsides of their trouser legs.
Oh my god, that was good. That was good. Hey, Keegan says, have you had any beers from Idaho?
Not off the top of my head.
Honestly, I can't even think of any.
I mean, probably, but I can't remember one off the top of my head.
Same. I don't know that we've had a lot of interaction from listeners in Idaho.
I mean, we have a follow-up question from DNR. Have you visited Butt while in Idaho?
I sure
While
have.
in Iowa. Iowa.
I sure have. Next question.
Hey, Mike, can you tell us a good place to buy poppers in Iowa?
I can't. I don't know where the old gays hang out.
Rich Murphy says, sweat's a cooling process. I hate that dried on, sticky post-sweat feeling.
That's what I was trying to tell Grant.
It is a body's process of cleaning toxins from the body. It pulls and extracts stuff from your body as well. It's both. I'm sorry. Sweat is stinky, and yeah, it can leave you feeling sticky, but there's a cleansingness to it.
You know that the way
I
bodies
didn't
get
make
rid of
this up.
You know the way that bodies get rid of toxins through pee-pee poopy, right? That's why it stinks so bad. The reason sweat stinks is because there's bacteria that infect your warm spots. It's a different process altogether. Sweat's cooling.
Mine's warming.
Did you know that birds are reptiles?
Did you know that Mike has a cloaca?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, a cloaca is like what a bird has. It's the spot that does the pee-pee and the poopy and the fucking.
And the fucking.
And a bunch of cocks ramming into it.
Per Carissa's comment, I am opening a leg omeletry. Where people can eat omelets right off of my legs.
My dumbass was reading that. I was like, Lego Melete? Is that like an Italian Lego set?
Rich Murphy really is having a problem with what I said. Kidneys filter toxins. Sweat smells because of bacteria. All external.
That's exactly what I said.
Everyone's loving Rubio right now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave.
Rubio's always faster than me. Yep.
I thought he said fatter. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Also
Rubio,
true.
we are on a bit of a time delay before your comments come into us. So there's I think about a 5 to 10 second latency with any of these streams.
Got it.
Just so so Rubio is quick, but you guys could technically be quicker.
Right. I want to see what Joaquim Cloaca says.
It's Coca.
Oh.
What? Apparently,
ivermectin makes you swear not stink. I don't know if that's correct or not. But
your
sure.
Sweat, not stink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those two.
There you go, Mike.
The body naturally produces a bacterial microbiome, and soap washes that away. If you rinse off properly and wash the stinky parts, studies you should be fine. Say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's gross, bro.
Yeah, you're probably right, but that's fucking hella gross.
Although your friends might call you a dirty bitch. Grant, you're a dirty bitch.
Yeah. I want to see how much science has to say about us calling Grant a dirty bitch.
Hey, wait a second. Nate says I sound like someone who doesn't want to get vaccinated.
He got vaccinated, but he did it with pre-used needles.
I'm just saying there's a better way that you guys don't have to you don't have to get the shot in the leg.
You got to taste all the flavors of the rainbow.
Yeah.
You got to.
Grant got vaccinated with a dirty needle. Mike got vaccinated because he did a rail of it off a dude's cock. It says Pfizer or Moderna. Cool. He just fucking
crushed it up.
He sauced it like a hot dog and then he snorted it right up.
Why do we know so much about sweat?
I needed
to have
worst time. I needed to have the backing of science in my insults to Grant.
Yeah, do you guys feel like Rich Murray says come for the beer, stay for the shower tips? Do we talk more about hygiene than we do about beer on the beers?
Hygiene's important.
More important than beer?
100%.
There's a lot of tips you get from watching our show.
Yeah. We've talked about like the kind of toothpaste you should use. We talked about fucking bidets for forever.
Yeah, and antibodies from dead dick.
Dead dick. And then all the different soaps we use.
Our slogan is actually just the tips.
And you know, the dick is shaped in a perfect way for you to get all that all the bacteria out of your cracks.
Whoa, Brad Pitt said he only washes his junk armpits and ass on Joe Rogan, right?
Hey, pits, tits, and ass,
Pitts,
or whatever.
Pitt's tits and Grant's tits and all of our tits and ass, and that's it.
First of all, Brad Pitt also smoked 7 packs of cigarettes over the filming of one scene in Fight Club.
Did he really?
Yeah, he's like a chain smoker. He smokes a lot.
His voice should be deeper like Dave Chappelle or something.
Also, let's not be taking our ways to live life from Joe Rogan podcast, right? I mean,
But Brad Pitt was hot as fuck.
Wait, hold up. What is
Brad
Rubio,
Pitt is
what's
a
your opinion of Joe Rogan?
hot man, huh?
What's your opinion of Joe Rogan?
Oh, I think he's a fucking idiot.
Okay, yeah.
He
fair.
spent like 3 episodes arguing with Neil deGrasse Tyson that the moon landing didn't happen. He's a fucking idiot.
He's fucking dumb, and a lot of people listen to that guy.
Yeah. He's also, you know, a way for more I'll go ahead and say it, fascist type people to get in front of normal everyday average Americans who tend to not really think critically so well. I think Joe Rogan's a dummy, and I think he's kind of bad.
He allows a platform for people to sow disinformation, and just question basic laws of science, which doesn't make sense. It's like, why are you doing that? Except to be either a contrarian or an evil bastard.
Right.
I watched him every day until he moved over to Spotify, and then I just don't have Spotify.
You see, that's why Mike only has 37 guns. I'm kidding.
I wish I had 37 guns.
I wish you had that money.
How many
I could probably
guns do you have?
talk you into giving me like 5.
Mike, how many guns do you have?
Oh, I'm not talking about that over the fucking internet.
Really?
Thanks, oh, yeah.
Is that like a secret thing for some reason?
I'm just not talking about it. Thanks,
Especially with how many times he doxes himself.
Because, wait, why? Because the government will take him away or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just not talking about it. Thanks,
Okay. I don't know the weird thing about this.
They're
really
buried
don't
in
know.
it's fine. They're buried in his bunker.
I'm
have a
now
bunker.
like more
Government, I have
curious
a
than I thought I would
bunker.
be.
He doesn't have a bunker.
How many guns do you have, Rubio?
Me?
Yeah.
I ain't
None.
gonna talk about that on the fucking thing. Why should I talk about that on the thing?
I know. I'm not telling you guys how many guns I have.
But I will say, I am one of those Texas liberals who thinks that gun ownership is okay.
I'm fine with guns. I don't want a for myself, but I'm fine with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fun to go to a shooting range and shoot guns.
So much fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Ridiculous.
Mike won't ever invite me out to go shoot guns with him, but I want to
I
go.
wouldn't.
Do you want to go?
Yes, I want to go.
Oh, wow. I don't have any. I mean,
Hey,
but we
hey,
can,
Mike,
we can
Mike,
move on.
hey,
You don't have any guns, but take me out to go shooting
Hey,
guns with me.
before you take Grant out to go shooting, wait like a year.
Yeah, probably.
What does that mean?
Gotta
I don't
make
want to
sure.
talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Wait like a year.
Joe Rogan apparently washes his legs and nothing else.
Because Joe Rogan,
He's the anti-me.
Joe Rogan has 4.5 foot long arms, but he's 5'1". He could just reach them standing straight up.
So he's the giraffe of arms.
Yeah, he's literally 5'3".
Rubio, are you out of focus?
Is your mom out of focus?
Sometimes you gotta put your hand up to the camera and then bring it away so that it refocuses.
Is this right? Is this?
Because Logitech can just kind of throw off its focus.
Am I in focus now? I don't know.
You're a little blurry. There you go.
How's that?
You
Cool.
look great. We're gonna do some more just adjusting of our tech. If you guys wanted to sit through this, we're gonna do some microphone checks next.
Yeah. Hey, Mike,
Rich
can you wiggle each one of your cables one at a time? No.
Papalardo says Rogan has good guests every once in a while, like Rhonda Patrick and Graham Hancock, but he got even more annoying once he moved to Austin.
Dude,
Weird.
you don't have you, you don't have to be good to have good guests. You could be a piece of shit and still have good guests.
Look at us.
100%.
No, I mean, there is something undeniable about Joe Rogan and his ability to control an audience, control a microphone, and control a conversation, keep it interesting and flowing. That doesn't mean that there's not also something dangerous with the way he spreads shitty information and gives platform to people who spread shitty information.
I think a more ideal host than Rogan would have a better understanding of critical thought, of vetting, of all of those things, and a better way of like navigating through what could possibly be, harmful, super prevalent disinformation and propaganda, and be able to navigate through that in a way that it makes it more of a topic for conversation and less of a tool and an avenue to disseminate it.
Well, let me ask you then, do you think that he truly doesn't know, or that he really knows his audience?
I don't want to make an assumption about his intent. His intent can be clean. I don't know. The fact of the matter is that he's not really equipped to be that, that place for the conversation to happen.
I'm still fine with him, but it's an extra click to get over to Spotify.
See, Mike, this is all I'm saying about showering. You and I are simpatico on this if you think about it.
I don't hate you because
it's an extra bend. I don't want to
don't wash your legs. There's so many other reasons.
It's mainly how you're just a walking SpongeBob man.
Oh, this is great.
Wow. Let's read Rubio, can you read this comment for us?
Mark Rady says, why is Rubio such a jerk to Mike and Grant? They are the reason people listen.
Wow.
Got him.
Wow.
I couldn't have written that better myself, even though I did this.
You might be right. I don't know that. And for
I know I know a way we could find out.
For the rest of the amount of time, I'm going to treat them as if that's not true. Because
Which is
I love
the same
them.
as the rest of the time.
No, it's just that they are the type of people who crave being in abusive relationships, and the only way the only way that I can continue to be their friend is if I feed that need.
I can only grind my teeth so flat.
I need to leave this recording to go talk to my therapist again.
Oh my god.
Need a new emergency session because
I really like that.
I really like go do drugs.
I really like that Grant didn't say I need to leave the situation. He said I need to leave to speak with my therapist.
I'm gonna go do drugs, everybody. That's how I deal with things.
Yeah.
DNR is opening a Sierra Oktoberfest. Bitches.
It's better than last year by fucking.
Is it? We got one from you, and I didn't know. Can I try that?
No. Save that for an episode.
Okay, I'm gonna save it.
Save it. Yeah.
But I'm excited to try that.
Mm-hmm. We might be trying it later than Oktoberfest season, but because we have like 5 weeks worth of shows. But that's one of the beers that we have in the hopper.
Regarding the bitches comment. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Comments coming in quickly. DNR says, I'm usually mean to people because my dad abandoned me.
That happened to me at 11.
Simpatico, like I was saying.
Yeah.
Here's a real question from Rich Murphy. Not snark this time. I've been put in charge of acquiring beer for a wedding on Saturday. Off the top of your head, what are the must-have beers from both Illinois and Colorado that we should grab? Which I'm going to me, Grant, I'm gonna put a caveat on that we don't necessarily know the beers you can get from Illinois and Colorado, but what would I would say, what are some essential beers styles that they should have at a wedding?
Well, hold on. If you're in Illinois, again, for Grant, yeah, we don't know everything that's coming out of Illinois. There's a lot of really fantastic shit. But you're in a place that can get where you can get cases of Gumball Head. That's probably a really good beer to have for a wedding.
I mean, yeah, that's in Indiana, right across the border. So
Yeah.
they have distribution there.
Yeah.
It's everything that can get distribution from Ohio, Iowa, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
My experience is, just because you're a craft beer nerd does not mean most of the wedding party will be that.
Right.
So what you should get is a generic beer, either one of the big three in a keg, or something equivalent to just a standard lager that's not going to tweak too many nips at the wedding.
A finely crafted Pilsner from any locally available brewery.
Just a light American lager of sorts. Like that's going to be completely fine. And then if you want to have fancy craft beer, buy those in 6 to 12 packs or whatever on the side as that you can drink in cans. But if you're gonna get kegs, I would get something
designate
like
a specific person, drive to Scratch Brewing.
No. For the wedding beer? No.
Yeah. And you need to spend like $500 and you're gonna get like, I don't know, like probably like
really
2
don't.
cases.
They're not gonna appreciate it. It's a waste of money.
Fuck those people. It's about you and your clout.
Here's the move. You drive an hour to the Wisconsin border, get yourself cases of Spotted Cow, bring that back. That's going to be accessible to anybody who likes any kind of beer, but be really just delicious.
That would be great.
That's the move.
For my wedding, it was just like Shinerbach. Everyone's going to like Shinerbach. Just get that in kegs. You're fine there. And then load up on fancier beers, and just like bottles or whatever, which back then was like Fat Tire. I don't know. It's a fancy beer back then.
And beer in Colorado that you should grab. Fuck.
There's so many fucking good breweries. I don't know. Fucking throw a stone. Whichever one is closest to that brewery. Then
get some Cerebral, get some New Image, get some Avery. I don't know. Like you have a lot of options there.
There's so much that's come up since I've last been there, which is 6 years ago. So yeah, fucking grab something.
Get some. What the fuck is that name? The name of that brewery.
I'll be back.
Okay.
This is for while Mike's gone. I actually like it when Rubio bullies them.
No, I'm going to hang out for that one.
Oh shit!
You can tell it's out of love. That's like 2 comments down. Yeah. Lots of toxic relationships are based out of love. I'm sure.
And this Rubio blaming the victim. Grant and Mike, we hear you and we see you.
Hey, if I send out some SOSs via eye blinks, you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Rafferty, Rubio, says, been listening since you guys did the blind episode with malt liquor.
Yeah.
Y'all should do another malt liquor episode.
Yeah, maybe soon.
I mean, I know that you had your opposition to that, but that was kind of part of the conceit of it. That you would be like, no, we're a fine craft beer podcast. And so us doing malt liquor was subversive in a way.
Oh, it's not because you're a fucking troll? A Batman villain, if you will?
No, because my overall goal is the growth and expansion and love for the podcast. So I can't really call myself a troll so much as I know how to subvert expectations and play against you for the betterment of our audience.
Yeah, okay. Hey,
my ego grew 5 times the size with that.
Hey, Rich Murphy, Colorado. If you're around Denver or gonna pick something up around Denver, I hear lots of good stuff about Beerists Lager House.
Beerists Lager House, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rich Murphy says, we're grabbing a ton of Coors and other standard fare as well. I have a fairly well tamed list. I just wanted to know what your answers were. Okay. I mean, yeah, most people don't want anything too challenging. Most, older generation, they just kind of are happy and content with the big three.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I was trying to get close to that kind of beer, but from a good brewery that are using good
I love
ingredients.
your idea of like make the trek and grab some spotted cow. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Grab everything that Nuclearis has if you can.
Mm-hmm. Chris Austin says from Indiana here. Cool. That's awesome.
Hmm.
DNR, I can get Zombie Dust and Heady Topper in the same store, bitches.
Oh yeah. They said that earlier that they could get 3 Floyd all over the East Coast now.
Cool. Man, that's great.
Rich Murphy continues saying, I'm bringing 10 gallons of my own his and hers beers plus 12 gallons of my own mead. So we've got a good variety covered even before you grab stuff. Thanks all.
Fun.
Wait, you brew your own beer, Rich Murphy? How is it? Is it good?
What are you doing now?
I want to try I want to try his and her beers. I'm actually really fascinated by that and what you do to distinguish those beers. Like what is it that you're making as a his beer and a hers beer? And is that gender appropriate or is it offensive?
Well, I'll have so Rich Murphy, if you want to send some of that beer over to Grant, send me an email. I'll send it over to Grant. Grant will send you his address.
Yeah,
I don't want to try it.
I want to try your beer. I'm down to try people's weird ass homebrews.
Rich Murphy says, Tyler King, I'm actually drinking a beer for ball games now. Dude, I want to try all of the Beer 4 series.
I heard
from
that
Off Color.
podcast and it sounded so interesting.
Dude, so cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I think I got a message from them talking about like, oh, they have a bunch in their series. I should have followed up by like, yeah, send us the rest of your beers, man.
Yeah, if they have a bunch of Beer 4 beers out, I want to try as many as I could possibly.
I'm glad you're back, Mike. You can read this question. He's gone. Mike's gone.
He's gonna go count all of his guns in his bunker.
For anyone, is this an audio version only as well?
No, this is just only video.
Cool. Kikosaur said, "Hey Mike, I want to order a flight. What do you suggest?"
That you fucking kill yourself.
Do you really hate it that much? Aren't you excited?
Okay.
Hold on. A journey.
Hold on. It's been
One week since you looked at me.
No. It's been a rough year, right? I mean, people have, gotten sick, and people have lost people that have been close to them.
Mm-hmm.
We've all made sacrifices, and for the last year and a half, I haven't had to make a single flight. And I would sacrifice every single one of those people all over again if I didn't have to make another fucking flight. Suck my dick. Oh, fuck flights. Fuck them right in the ass. This is so stupid. I fucking hate them.
Fucking asshole. I knew it.
All over again. All over again.
Next question. What's next?
Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to jump through here. Let's see. DNR says, who doesn't homebrew after quarantine? What else is there to do?
Make a podcast.
Really? Rubio, what are your tips? What are your general tips for making a podcast?
Don't.
Okay, aside from that, because you do a great job of how you format it and what's your just basic tips?
If you're not
better talent, probably.
If you're not going to put the work in, don't do it. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody gives a fuck about your opinion. You're not special. That's it. Okay. The only reason that people listen to our show is because it's easy to listen to, not because we're any good at what we do.
We're very good at what we do, and we're special, and people want to hear me. And his head grew thrice the size that time. Nathan Essery says, random question. Do y'all have any chairs with good back support? Because it looks like y'all don't have any upper back support. And your crooked spines and your fucked up necks.
Hey, thanks for the chair, Rubio.
We
the one that
did.
doesn't make any noise. It's
Yeah,
not about ergonomics. It's about noise making.
It's about, hey, let's pick chairs that don't make any fucking noise. Because if they're different chairs, if they're comfortable chairs and you move it all, they go all over your fucking recording.
Tyler King says, got to get them to do a collab brew beer for podcasts.
Dude, that would be great.
It's funny because throughout the years of us doing this, there's been a number of times where there's been like discussions about us doing a collaboration with a brewery. But yeah, none of them tend to just like fully work out in the end.
The problem is that we've had offers and they're usually from breweries I don't want to collaborate with.
That's also true. You're like, yeah, but I don't like your shit.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I've had their beer before. They want to collaborate with me. I don't like their beers. Why would I? But John Laffler from Off Color is a brewer that I'd feel really fun about collaborating with. I'd really love to.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking with Jester King, or you were rather talking with Jester King for a little bit, but then I think they're so inundated with so much stuff they couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean they had several different excuses for why they didn't want to do it or why they couldn't do it. I just stopped trying. And then
one of them was that mustache of yours, I think.
And then they started making hazy IPAs, and now I kind of don't want to.
Yeah. You sold out.
Kigasor, I just asked for the reaction and you did not fail me. You're welcome. You're welcome. I feel you, Mike. Yeah. Next weekend is our 5th anniversary event, and we're not allowing flights during it. Tasters only at the bar. Otherwise, too bad. Haha. So the thing that I've taken to when people ask now, because we haven't allowed flights in the last year and 8 months, is
dropping whatever you're holding and then running away.
They ask, they always ask, y'all do flights? It's always y'all do flights. And my response is, no, we only do whole ass beers right now. And somebody put it together the other day. They were like, as opposed to half-ass beers. And I had to, I gave them a whole beer for free because they got it. That was the implication.
Clever. It's so clever.
Mike, maybe when you want people to leave Lazarus, have Rubio sing.
I was at this bar, Oddwood, here in Austin the other day, and they have a no flights after 8 p.m. And I was like, nice.
Yeah. And actually, if you've never heard Rubio sing, it's fantastic.
Thank you. I was waiting for fucking shit.
No.
He's got really good voice.
Whenever there is karaoke anything and you do Tina Turner, holy shit. Holy shit. And I'm not even fucking around, dude. I'm not even fucking around. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's show-stopping. It's show-stopping.
I may have done a Proud Mary or two.
People stop and they look and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
That isn't Tina Turner?
Not only that, but pretty much any song you can do in your own style and it commands an audience.
Thank you.
Your voice is incredible. Holy shit.
It's one of those things that we wish we could talk shit about, but we really can't.
I cannot in good conscience stand here and be like, oh man, no, it's real bad because
it's annoying to us, but you're really fucking good.
Thank you.
It stops people.
What is the most effort you've put into acquiring a beer, and what was that beer?
Oh man, I've got it. It's Pliny the Younger. That was the last whale that I ever had to go about acquiring, and I was in California during San Francisco Craft Beer Week, and I went to Russian River to get it, and they have a maximum capacity inside the brewery, and that's what stops people. So I was stopped literally 12 people away from being able to be let in, and I had to wait fucking 3 hours before people would get their food, get their drinks, and leave before we are actually able to come in. And that was the last
Fuck
whale that I ever
that.
that I ever needed. And the thing is that it wasn't any better than elder or blind pig. So I'll never fucking wait in line again. Like the last time, so the very next time that I did it was 2 days later. I'm in downtown San Francisco, and we happened to find ourselves in front of the Tornado right before they open, and there's 3 people waiting in line. And it's like, what's going on? And it's like, oh, they're tapping elder, or they're tapping younger today. And it was like, when do they open? Oh, like 45 minutes from now. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So we waited in line for 45 minutes and, took breaks. At the time, I still smoked weed. So we took a bunch of fucking trips around the block, smoking a bunch of joints and shit like that. But there was like 200 people in line after us, like right after that. So we just serendipity just happened to be at the right place, and we just got in.
Nice.
Same deal. We just kept drinking right after that. So yeah, that's
You did the same thing to the fuckers that did it to you.
That's right.
Pay it forward.
I think
what goes around comes around, bitches.
The most effort I put into acquiring a beer has to be, I guess and this isn't a whole lot of effort because
doing this podcast for 10 years.
Yeah, no, I don't really care about I don't put that much effort in acquiring beer. Even when I didn't have a platform, it wasn't that important to me. It's never been that important to me to like get to have a white whale beer. I don't care that much.
You're so
but the most
cool.
effort I put into getting a beer was, I guess, when I bought tickets to Dark Lord Day and then traveled to Chicago for Dark Lord. Like, does that count? Traveling to a place?
Yeah, I mean, but you weren't going for Dark Lord, the beer itself.
No,
you were already underwhelmed by that. So not really.
Right. It's kind of a side effect of going is that I ended up getting the beer.
Yeah, but you'd already talked enough shit that obviously you weren't like expecting anything great of Dark Lord itself so much as you're going for the event.
Yeah.
So it should be more about the beer itself that you like you've waited in line for a few minutes for Atrial, and that's probably more than you did for Dark Lord.
Or how about this wasn't a whole lot of effort either, other than a 6 or 7, was it 7 or 8 hour car drive to New Orleans, Mike?
You made it in 7.
It was pretty fast, but
it should have been an 8.5 hour drive, but you made it with record time.
We ended up digging a whole bunch of Cantillon out of a back room.
Oh man, it's Stein's.
At Stein's Market.
Wow, yeah, man.
But was that serendipity, or did you guys drive there with the intent of getting that beer?
I drove there knowing that they would have Cantillon. I didn't know what they would have.
Then that's definitely that would be it. That'd be the case. That's pretty good. Mine would be waiting in line for 20 minutes at Jester King to get like Atrial.
Right.
That's the most I think I've spent there. I'm always like, fuck it.
The reason we went to New Orleans, though, was not specifically for that beer. It was to go to Zwanza Day.
Zwanza Day. Yeah.
Zwanza Day was great.
Yeah. Dude, Avenue Pub.
A lot of fun.
Avenue Pub. I want to go back there, dude. That was one of the best experiences I had at a pub.
I still remember your interaction with the bouncer where like you were like it was so great. You were like, hey man, is it cool if I take this beer outside to go smoke a cigarette?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was like, why do you have to go outside to smoke a cigarette? And we were like, and he's like, this is America. And I was like, no. This is New Orleans. Like, this is very different. This is a very different thing. Yeah. It's
New Orleans is more America than Texas is America.
That's apparently. Right. At least when it comes to drinking, I guess.
And we could actually get cups of that Tilcon on tap and walk it back to where we were staying.
Which is a block away.
Yeah. It was great.
It was magic.
We got a cool comment here from Rich Murphy following up on the wedding homebrews.
The his and hers, yeah.
Yeah, the his beer is a hoppy California common. Yum. Hers is a mango Berliner Weiss. Yum. And the mead is a riff on Chaucer's mead with orange blossom sage and California or Colorado wildflower honeys.
Oh, neat.
Disgusting. So that's cool.
That also, yeah, it all sounds great.
Minus that mead. Gross.
I'm curious to know whether or not he made the Berliner Weiss where it's not quite that thick. Mango's really hard because anything you put mango in will thicken up.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Essery says the music Rubio picks, by the way, is great. Rubio,
Thank
talk
you.
about the music you pick.
I'm using it's this service called Epidemic Sound. Lots of YouTube channels are using it. And I was actually using them before they had a package for podcasters. And, you know, like they have a bunch of artists signed to their label or whatever. And I pay $15 a month to be able to use their library of music as much as I want. Before they had that as an option, I was paying like $300 a year to be able to use their music. Yeah.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, it's a really good deal, man. They have a lot of great music on there. Some of it is like music I legit listen to now.
And as much as Rubio is an asshole, once again, he's really good at singing. He has a good ear for music, and he's
Thank
also got a really good palate for food and can cook really well.
Some might say I'm the best at everything.
Yeah, fuck him.
He's super
an
fat
asshole.
with a huge neck.
He's an asshole.
I
and he
wish
has
I had a neck.
gross pedophile mustache, but the dude can cook and he has good musical taste. It's really annoying.
let's
Does
read
that
some more.
drywall beer count as a collab?
This
Kind of.
What was it called? Drywall puree?
Drywall puree.
What
Yeah,
was the name of
they
that?
made a beer based on your suggestion.
Isn't that Widowmaker?
Was it Widowmaker Brewing?
I thought it was Widowmaker.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds
I
about
thought they
right.
should have. I thought they sent us t-shirts and stuff like that.
That was so fucking good.
I'm fucking slurring my words now. Drunk now. Anyway.
DNR says, Rubio, what about the coffee variant of Squapopotamus?
You know, I only got one out of the 4 bottles that were allocated to me because like I said, I tattooed my grandma when she was asleep.
That's true.
And then tattooed my grandpa, but he died of COVID. And then we just couldn't make it all. So I only got one of my 4 allocations for
Rubio. Rich clarifies that he used fresh mangoes, cubed and frozen, thawed, and then frozen and thawed again.
Oh,
Doesn't make it nearly as thick as a puree does, but that's very thoughtful about the approach.
I want to go
Got
back up to DNR's comment from 1055 just so that we can skip it and go to the next comment. Thank you.
Okay, Josh Rafferty says, have you guys ever considered doing a Scotch episode? Also, do you guys have an update on the 4th chair? And while you answer that, I'm gonna go pee.
what was the first question part of that?
So it was a
Do we like Scotch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you considered doing a Scotch episode? I would love to.
We're a beer show, sir.
But yeah, this is a Wendy's.
You know, yeah, I do love Scotch. I like really peaty Isla Scotches, Ardbeg, Lafroig, that kind of shit.
All that stuff is super good. Lagavulin 16, I think, is my favorite all around, just everyday drinking Scotch whenever I can get it.
Yeah. And then any update on a 4th chair? I was actually starting to seek out a 4th chair for this before Delta became a thing. And I don't want to pick anybody until we could actually meet regularly in the studio again. So
that makes the most sense.
Yeah, it would suck to have a 4th chair that I can't really collaborate with in person, but also now you got to teach how to podcast remotely as their first exposure. It sucks.
Holy shit. I mean, I don't think that we would have been nearly as successful if this was the format that we were doing it in. we had to get the chemistry down and the way of speaking and the body language and all of those other things. And like when we switched over to remote, it was such a learning curve, even still.
Yeah.
Even though we're so in tune with one another, I think it would just be too difficult, and it'd be too hard to like not talk over somebody. I was actually really impressed with how quickly we were able to readapt to things going back into the studio. That was like super seamless and weird.
It's so much easier in the studio.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
when
so
you can
much
see
easier.
each other.
Yeah, it's so
Mhm.
much easier being in the same room with one another and following all the social cues because we've been friends for a really long time. I think I've known Mike for a couple years longer than I've known Grant, but even then I've known Grant for like 11 years.
Mhm.
There's something to be said for leg language, and you can't see it here on the camera, but when we're sitting around the same table, we're all constantly tapping each other's toes and like doing things where we're like rapping a couple times on each other's feet,
And
and
there's a certain
just straight up
slickness to
foot
Grant's
fucking, and
legs that
Yeah.
is just doesn't translate over.
my leg brambles come and tickle your legs.
Yeah,
It's so gross.
Grant has those wavy, squiggly pig pen lines coming off of his legs.
Guys, I gotta say, I did not realize the time, and we do have to wrap it up.
Oh shit. Okay. Do we have any
Fair.
closing questions? Any closing comments? Anything?
Triple Oak for the win. There you go.
Sweet.
If a brewery did a beer named after each one of y'all, what style would they be? Oh no.
God, I mean, I would like to say a certain style for me, but I know that like the honest answer would be like a fucking pastry stout bullshit or something.
It's
I
a
don't-
fucking it's a can of spaghettios or
Spaghettios.
alphabet noodles.
I would die and it'd be some like shitty fucking brown ale tribute beer.
Okay, 100%. It would be like chain wallet brown ale
Thank God.
for you.
Thank God tribute brown.
What would mine be?
What would yours
Some
be?
sort of fucking vinaigrette.
You'd have a Flanders red for sure.
Flanders red vinaigrette.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. It's a Flanders red brewed with like scallions.
Dude, it'd be a Dan noodles fucking vinaigrette.
Hell yeah, dude.
Red ale or Flanders red.
Or Flanders red with shallots, mustard seed, and what else is in a good vinaigrette? Olive oil.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Grant would be a seasonal pumpkin spice stout Becky ass.
Wow!
It'd be called Ugg boots and leggings.
Basic ass bitch Grant.
Oh my god, it's Grant with no shirt on, doing like one of his stupid poses, and it's just called
No.
It's called thug boots.
No. Oh no.
All right,
Oh.
let's go ahead and wrap things up there. Thank you all for tuning in and checking us out. We'll be back. Probably, I don't know. These are kind of fun to do after our episodes if we have time.
If we have time.
Yeah, but don't expect
It's
it
fun whenever
necessarily.
we
Just
have time.
Stay tuned on Monday nights.
Yeah, it's not going to be every Monday, but often Mondays.
Yeah. All right.
Also, friends don't let friends drink the brewing project.
Brewing project.
And also, yeah, DNR says Grant would be hot dog beer, and I think Mike's would probably be some kind of chocolate starfish beer.
All right, guys. Deuces.